to us in the French crew, just coming in at stroke seat after the Lucerne regatta, where they were just out the medals. This is going to be a race for the ages, sure of it.
Well, I think everyone's been looking forward to this race. It always looked like it was going to be a big competition. The Lithuanians have forced themselves into that centre lane alongside Great Britain. The Netherlands and Australia, well, those three have raced each other twice already in the regatta. Great Britain have come out on top both times, but this is the one that matters.
Yeah, Lithuania starting really well. I don't think anyone's going to be necessarily flustered at this point. The British crew row smoothly, get into their rhythm. They're really, I would say, a third quarter crew, just moving away in the last part of the race. The French dropping off at the moment. Here are the leaders.
Yeah, three Stankunas brothers in this boat. They've really, this is a breakout year for them. They got away nicely there, but it's Romania who've got the bow in front. In the rest of the field, we'll probably be feeling okay with where they're sat. Great Britain wouldn't want to have been dropped. George Bourne in the bow seat, in the stroke seat there. And I guess this is kind of what we're expecting to see.
There's the blades of Great Britain. Their coach, Paul Stannard, doing a fantastic job, but I'm sure the three Cambridge lads who were coached by Rob Baker in the boat racing at Henley will like to know that their coach, Rob Baker, sat at home in Great Britain watching this race. Who will hit the front at 500? Romania, to me, going really well.
But Great Britain will hit the front coming through the first 500. It's Romania just about a canvas behind the Dutch crew. As you said, Martin, looked much improved in the semi-final. And have experienced, particularly in the bows of that boat, Olympic gold and Olympic bronze in the single and the quad. But this is now Coxless 4 time. They've chosen to do the Coxless 4. They were originally selected as a quad, but they wanted to race the Coxless 4. And here they are currently in about third place.
Yeah, I love what Geert van Dorn said, what the biggest challenge of his season was, and it was figuring out whether he should scull or sweep and to try and get Melvin Tweller to row a 60-degree angle at the catch. There's the Romanian Cyprian Chidosa. His biggest challenge for the whole season is trying to come back after the Olympic Games. He was gutted it didn't go as he'd hoped for. He didn't get a medal in the fours. And well done, Cyprian. You stuck at it, the 28-year-old here in the final. Britain moving out in front. They are sensational, like the Italian quad job.
Well, you did say there might be the crew of the championships as we home in now on this British boat, moving away from that boat number 5 of Romania. Well, as a benchmark, they were 5th at the Paris Olympics. This boat here from Great Britain is moving away from that experienced crew with a far more inexperienced group of athletes.
Dan Graham there in the bows. James Robson, the spare for the Paris Olympics. Douwe de Graaf, star of the future. Incredible rower just at youth level, under 23, and now at open level. And George Bourne, the sculler, turned to rowing. They are destroying this field. 2:53 in these conditions to 1,000 metres. That is flying.
Well, again, quite stunning, as you say, through the first half. If Great Britain can keep this up, as you say, George Bourne was the sculler last year. He tried to qualify the single scull in the final qualifying regatta, didn't make it. But here he is up against the man who got the bronze medal, Melvin Tweller, for the Netherlands in the single scull. And yet Great Britain have got clear water on them.
Amazing. It's Netherlands against Romania. That's a compelling race for the medals. I wouldn't like to be anywhere near the Romanians. The Dutch will know that, and they'll be working in this third quarter just to get half a length, maybe 2/3 of a length on Romania to hold off their famed sprint finish. The Australians, we haven't talked about that. Alex Hill stroking that 4. They came here with those World Cup wins, Greg, and they're off the pace for a medal. At least they're in the final. The French are moving through, the Australians well. What a great move from Les Français.
Great moves all around the course. The Romanians, though, are hanging in here. They're 41 strokes a minute. They're looking to make that bronze medal position their own and then start to move on the rest of the field. It is a surprise, Martin, as you said, about the Australian crew. We see them at the top of that picture. They came into this as the favourites. They'd won at Lucerne. They'd come to Henley. They'd got into an 8 and they'd won there. Now look how far behind the rest of the field they are. This is stunning from the British crew. Obviously disappointing for others who can't put themselves up on that same level right now.
Well, the rumours were they'd gone sub 5:40 on a 2K they did at Caversham before they came out here. Perhaps those rumours are true, because look at what the British 4 are doing to this field. There's the Romanians, the Lithuanians finding the pace a little bit hot. They won their semi-final. but they're not going to win this final. Great Britain looks smooth and serene. They've been so fluid that they've got that endurance. They're working hard, but it's the looseness that has given them the endurance, Greg.
Well, there's a quietness and a flatness to their stroke, but there's also a brutal amount of power through the middle. They're just moving the boat on. The Netherlands, I think, are closing that gap now. The Netherlands at 42 strokes a minute, Great Britain at 39. Netherlands desperately trying to get an overlap as we're coming into the red buoys and hoping they can mount a massive charge to get back to the gold medal position.
Here come the Romanians, the sprint's coming, the Netherlands on the far side. We look out of our commentary position in the tower and it's Romania who have the advantage over the Netherlands. But here comes the big man from the Netherlands, Geert van Dorn, trying to raise the rate. But Britain looking back on the field. Yeah, they're going for it. George Bourne, Douwe de Graaf, James Robson, Dan Graham from Leander. But it's the Cambridge unit that will win gold medal. Congratulations, Great Britain. Maybe the crew of the championships. Romania drift across. The Dutch go home with a bronze medal. That will be sweet for them. Lithuania miss out. Australia in 5th place. Not what they came for. The French in 6th. Frustration for Arnaud Pfister, the bowman. But they've had a great championships. And the 22-year-old can look forward to more decent results ahead of him.
Well, celebrations for the gold and the silver medalists as they're punching the air as well they might. Handshakes, I think, for the bronze medalists.